Zach with StrictlyShisha, and I am doing a review today. It's a coal review. It's the Exotica Stellar 8.1 bamboo charcoal. Let's see what the box starts to say. They say they're pre-scored, and we'll get into how that doesn't really help anyone. They're ready to go, except for you still need a stove. Just kidding, I'm giving them a hard time. They say no smoke, no odor, no taste. They will not roll, because as you see the shape, they will not break, and that is a fact. They will not break, even when you want them to. And there's no chemicals, and they are long-lasting, supposedly. Let's get into the design. You got the box here, they're wrapped. They come in these long sticks, as you can see here. And as it mentioned on the box, they are pre-scored, as you can see the scored part right there. There is 3 coals per stick, and you're supposed to break them by hand or on the stove, which I'll show you later. But let me show you when I say they will not break. And I don't know why they said they will not break as a good thing, because I think it's a bad thing. Look how much energy I have to use to break these things. And I think I'm a pretty strong guy, but you know, I don't know. Ready? Like, why do I have to go through all that trouble? See, the first one is easy, but now when you get to the small ones, and look at my hands, now they're dirty. Get to the second one, even harder to break. That's just a lot of trouble for some coals when you get some coconut coals that are already pre-broken for you and uniform. But we'll show you on these on the burner and tell you how they smoke. Alright guys, as you can see, it's been a little bit less than 6 minutes. The light time on these coals is pretty good, especially considering how big they are. And I typically don't light them like this. I typically light them 2 separate pieces after I've broken them. But I've heard that it's really easy to break if you break them once they're already lit. So I'm going to bring out the big boys, Hookah tongs. And the first time I ever tried this, I'm going to try it on camera. I heard if you just kind of, there you go. That was pretty easy. Breaking them while they're lit. Obviously I didn't get a nice clean break, but I guess with practice maybe it'll work out a little bit. So I guess they do break pretty easily once they are lit. So it's actually a different day shooting this video. Don't make fun of me, but when I shot the video last time, I guess I wasn't on record, and so I shot this whole video thinking I'd have something to upload, and I got to my computer and there was nothing there. Silly on my part. But another day shooting it. I guess just one more day I can test out these coals for you guys. I'm halfway through the box, and I'm pretty much coming up the same consensus. When it comes to smell on the burner, I am still getting smell every time. I got smell today, I got smell last time. I'm getting a smell that's kind of like a burning bamboo tree, which is kind of like an awful smell to fill your apartment with. Kind of the same thing I got with the Cocoa Jaramas a long time ago. I never used them because I never liked the smell. It kind of was this nauseating smell that I didn't prefer. It's kind of minute. I mean, it doesn't really affect your session when it comes to smell on the burner, but it's just not something I need. When it comes to the heat output, which is also very important for a coal. The heat output on these coals is slightly higher than I have experienced with other coals. These coals with modern shishas, it smokes well because the higher heat output for tobaccos, I can take it. But when you're smoking something like Tangiers maybe, which is a little more heat sensitive, which requires a little more heat management, I haven't had good luck with this. I tend to pair it with the Hookah Flavor Saver just to test it out with these 8.1 Stellar coals. But even then, it was just a lot of work that I don't think was necessary when I could use coals that I always use on a daily basis, like the titanium, the haze coals, with Tangiers. As you saw in the video, I broke those coals no problem, just because I'm a strong guy, like I said, but I have experienced days where I'm having trouble breaking them. My girlfriend breaks them, she says it's a pain in the ass, she doesn't like to do it, your hands get dirty, it's just a lot of work. If they would even cut the coals for you, which I don't see the point of keeping them all together in one in the first place, be a little bit easier to use. One of the biggest things for me though, I mean, put all those things aside, if I could deal with all those things and using these coals, it's the ash output. There's just so much ash from these coals. As I mentioned when I use the Fantasia Airflow coals, there's just ash everywhere, and I don't like all that ash. It doesn't really affect your smoke session, but it just makes the place a mess. It collects a lot of ash in my tray. When I blow it off, I'm gonna get ash all over the apartment. It's just more to clean, and I just don't think that's necessary. So, I mean, overall, I see why some people might like these coals, but they're not my preference. I will continue to use the box. It's not going to throw them away or anything. But when there are other charcoal on the market, coconut coals that work just fine, there's no need to reinvent them. These are not my preference. This is after about 40 minutes, and there is a big difference between coals still sitting here and productive heat output. As you can see, I mean, there's already ash collecting on top of the bowl. This is all seeping in when you're inhaling it. But I'll show you here, you can just see, like, look, I mean, this is just gone. 40 minutes, and these coals are almost useless, in my opinion. Look at all that ash. That is a lot of ash. So these are probably less than half the size that they were before. Overall, I don't know if I can do a selfie here. Overall, I won't be buying these, but thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This was a video of the Stellar 8.1 bamboo charcoal. Thank you guys.